build a snowman.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 233. We're going to talk about DoorDash will now deliver your weed if you're a weed smoker. Wish I could be. Can't. DOT. Lose my license. And then have you ever heard of the bumper dumper? Now, the bumper dumper, everyone.
The bumper dumper. Can't say that I have.
Now, you're going to have to wait to the end for that one because the story's at the end for that. But that's something that I think we all could use, but it would be impractical for doing gig work. So
Worth the wait, though, right?
Worth the wait. How's it going, Larry?
I'm doing well, and it is cold here, though. I am not a fan. It got down to 1 last night, I think, or it was supposed to anyway. But it's warming back up here the next couple of days, so I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, it's been rough up here in Grand Rapids. I
can imagine.
Schools have been closed for the last 3 days. Hopefully, going to go back tomorrow, but there's a moderate chance we could get a bunch more snow dumped tonight. They just can't get the roads clear. It's so cold. The salt doesn't work, so you just gotta kind of throw some sand down and do all that shit, and hopefully no one dies. But unfortunately, we have had people perish in car accidents, so it's highways get nasty. People just get on there and they get whiteout conditions, and everyone just starts piling up. So
yeah, I can only imagine how many accidents there were down in Florida and Texas and all these places that are getting all this snow that they never get snow. These people have no idea how to drive in it and don't know what to do. So I'm sure it's been pretty interesting.
I see Kevin down in Lakeland, Florida. I'm not exactly sure where that is. I think northern Florida is getting it, but I don't know. Probably mid to lowers, probably not. I'm sure it's cold as hell. I mean, for them, 50s probably.
Yeah, 50s or 40s, yeah.
Yeah, I reposted a video on TikTok. I don't know where it was, but these guys were sitting in the back of a pickup truck, and that's their salting plan. The guy had a cup, and he'd scoop some salt and throw it down in the middle, scoop some salt, throw it down. I mean,
you're salting. I'm not sure how much of an effect you're really going to have on that, but A for effort.
I mean, you got to pour that shit down. It's a little bit in the middle is going to do absolutely nothing, but
yeah.
But good luck down south. It's exceptionally cold for us up here. I mean, last night it was like -4 regular air temp, and that's uncommon for us. I mean, we should be in like the 20s right now. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Kevin, Bubba Sue, Traveler, thanks so much. Go to gigeconomyshow.com. Please sign up for our newsletter. Starting to send out more than just like notifications of episodes when we go live episodes. I'm going to try to do 1 blog post a week for the website, stuff like that. So if you could check that out, go to gigeconomyshow.com. I want to thank our Patreon members, Samson, Bud, Steve, Omar, Delivery Cats, Frank, Jamie, Tom, Jim, Miguel, Linda, Jerry. Jerry, your shirt came in today. I picked up your decal today. I'm going to I'll guarantee it. If I have a snow day tomorrow, that shit's getting printed. Tomorrow. But I will get after that. I got your address. Really appreciate the support. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. Get an extra podcast a month, which we will do next week when Gabe's here. Exclusive piece of merch. Exclusive. It's a t-shirt made by yours truly. And then you get ad-free episodes because we definitely have ads, and sometimes there's ads from Buzzsprout on there, so on and so forth. So if you'd like to support us, we'd love for you to check it out. Free 7-day trial. Larry, talk about the Telegram group.
Yes, our Telegram group, that's how we communicate. It's like a text program, but you can also do voice messages as well. So when you're out driving and you don't want to text and drive, you can just talk into the app and send that message, and everybody can hear your wonderful voice. It's a great way to stay in touch with other gig workers all around the country, kind of see if there's any new apps coming out or something's hot or people found a better way to do things, and it's a great way to make some friends. That's how we all kind of get to know each other when we're out there doing the gig work.
Yep, for sure. yeah, there's always people chatting in there. There's a few main people, but yeah, definitely check it out. Also, if you could go to tiktok.com/the Gig Economy Pod or Gig Economy Podcast, give us a follow. We're almost to 400. We're pressing on. I'm posting every day. I'm trying. So
Getting there.
yeah, we're just, it's nothing fancy, but we're just taking clips from the show and posting them on there, and love for you to support us on TikTok because it didn't go away, fuckers. So
For 14 hours it did.
I mean, it did. Larry, I really found out Larry's a TikTok crackhead because he was like giving me updates throughout the freaking show. This camera's driving me nuts. Oh, that's crazy.
No. I'm not.
Oh my God, it's still. You were like every time there was like, it's back on. Oh,
this is because I want. I mean, it's interesting to see, if it was really going to go down or anything like that.
Yeah.
You just never know. If
Yeah.
on your leg.
Denial is one of the steps, Larry. So actually, don't look at my screen time numbers.
I was gonna say let's show screen time.
Right. I think we did that on another show that I had a long time ago.
Yes, you did. Yes, I remember that.
Stories from the road, Larry. Do you have anything?
No, students got back. School started back at WKU yesterday, so things should be picking back up. I was out a little bit, but it was pretty slow. Nothing crazy to happen. But I'm looking forward to the students being back, getting back in kind of a groove of things.
Cool. Same for me. I worked one day. I worked Sunday morning again. Had a pretty good morning. Had a decent run. Nothing out of the ordinary. One thing I do want to mention is the one card. Let's see, what's the date? Today is the last day for branch. If you don't update your ACH, which good luck doing, no one else could do it because we all tried. We all tried. Faith tried. It's a common thing on the groups. You can't get just direct deposit to your checking account. So I had to sign up for the one card because that's basically the only gig I'm doing, which, side note, I fucking love it. They offer you these deals. And the first deal I got, if I spent $15 at Walmart with the card, they gave me a $15 bonus.
Hey, there you go. I mean, nothing like making 100% of your money.
And then today, they get a little less after that. But still, today they're like, this is good for the next 2 days. If you spend 10, we'll give you 4. So it's like, at least, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I mean, if you need groceries or you're just picking up some sodas.
You can always find something you need to pick up at Walmart.
Yeah.
I mean, something.
As long as it's not like you got to spend 100. Like I'm not, we don't do all our grocery shopping there, but
sure.
But yeah, I've been pretty happy with it. And I was able to link my bank account and transfer over. And it's
Nice.
essentially the speed of like branch was, a couple of days, and then it's in your account.
Yeah, no biggie.
So I don't know. I do say in a couple of years we're going to hear a lawsuit saying, well, they didn't. I mean, they're kind of in the same position. They're like doing the
Pretty
same
much.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just a different place you're sending your money.
Well, I think Walmart actually owns the one card because if you, maybe not, but if you go to pay, if you open the app, you can scan a QR code and you don't even have to put a card in, and it just takes it out of your one account.
Okay.
So I don't know if they own it, which they'd be smart to own it. You know what I mean? Might have everything in house if they can. But I've been happy with it. I haven't had any glitches or anything like that. So definitely, if you want to work starting tomorrow, there's going to be so many posts. People are like, I never got the email. You know what I mean? And just fucking gripe about it. But speaking of gripes, this is what grinds my gears. I'm so tired of the taxes question already. I mean, is DoorDash? Like,
it happens. Yeah, it happens this time of year.
I know.
I mean, for the next 4 months, we're going to hear all the taxes, all the. I'm supposed to track my miles.
Oh God, that one's going to be. We're going to hear that one in June. So I'm just getting around to my taxes. Was I supposed to track my mileage? Oh, you're fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been getting a little annoying, but it is what it is. All the apps typically will send you an email or a notification. They're all going to be in their driver portal, or like most of them will be like right in the app.
Yeah, they differ. Some of them make you go to a specific place, but
Yeah.
most of them they're right there in the app or on their website. You just
I think
log in.
Walmart makes you go to your driver portal, but it can't be on the app. It has to be on a desktop and then or a browser. I guess you can do it on your phone. And Amazon Flex was the same way. It's not through the app. You have to go through a browser. So
but nothing too hard.
Nothing too hard. I already got my Amazon one and made more than I expected on that. So I guess that's a good thing. But
not as much as Faith, but
no, fuck. She's made so much money and not had to do the work. Like, I don't even know how do you work for Amazon and then you go to your boss and be like, yeah, we did, this was our payroll numbers and like half of that, nobody even delivered a package. Like, what a dumb system.
Yeah.
I mean, great for her.
But, Bezos is still going to be a trillionaire in the next 10 years.
So it doesn't matter.
I think he's hurting.
Yeah, he can heat his home with cash for the rest of his life and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yep.
So, all right, gig economy in the news. God, we got to throw in delivery drivers and dogs. So this is a quick video. I know it says farewell to TikTok. I don't know why it says that, but I double checked the video. This FedEx driver gets mad at a dog, and we'll explain it again after we play it. Here we go.
Hey!
Ooh.
God, you little fucking shit!
Ow!
Okay,
ow.
I watched it on mute. So God, that hit on that back of that truck.
He put a pretty good lick on that truck.
Yeah, let's play that again because I love what he called him.
Hey! God, you little fucking shit!
I think he put a dent in that truck.
I think he did too. It's like, hey, bro, don't get mad because you can't keep your balance. Like, geez. Oh, man. Dogs, the bane of our existence. I often feel bad for FedEx drivers because I feel like they're like the random delivery company that they don't, unless you're like get Chewy, they don't have like they're coming every day. Like UPS seems to be like the standard, or Amazon now pretty much.
Right.
But, yeah, that guy fucked his truck up, and he's gonna have a sore back in the morning. That's for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, be careful with those dogs.
Traveler said he got paid for flex all holiday season, never went out 10 days straight.
How?
Never went out.
I don't understand that. That never happens over here. I mean, I've probably gotten 3 or 4 freebies in the last 6 years, and I mean, I'm doing $7 to $10 grand a year, let's say, on average, and 3. The whole time.
Yeah.
And she gets those canceled before she even wakes up. She doesn't even
have to get out of bed. Yeah. You wonder, I mean, is it just like whoever's running that particular warehouse? Is it their fault, or is it, why is it just in certain warehouses?
Yeah, it's got to be. And maybe the system is so big that it's so hard to even like keep track of that stuff, and so that whoever's in charge of that area is just screwing the pooch. He had to go in to get paid. Well, at least for that, you had to go in. I mean, I'm not hating on Faith by any means. I think
no, we're just envious.
We're fucking jealous. Yeah, like I would sign. If I knew that happened this often, I would roll the dice that I know I had to work at my other job, but I'd still take a damn route. You know what I mean? Okay, can't get it. I'll just drop it, and if I get dinged, I get dinged. But
yeah, she did that one day. She was out of town.
Was she?
Yeah, she took her out, and she said that she was just gonna let it go.
No,
yeah, she wasn't even in town.
That's crazy, bro. Golly, well,
hilarious.
Good for her.
Yep, making that money. She's gonna have to buy the first round in Nashville.
More than the first round. Didn't she win a bunch of money in poker too up in Toronto when she was up there?
She didn't say how, but she cleaned up.
Yeah,
but I don't know what the stakes were or anything. But
well, anyways, marijuana DoorDash. This is interesting.
It is. So yeah, DoorDash will now deliver hemp, CBD, and THC products in response to growing demand to help customers unwind and recharge.
I don't know about my recharging, but
yeah. So DoorDash announced on Thursday that it's going to start in select states. It's going to start delivering hemp-derived THC and CBD products, including gummies and beverages. So customers can now order a variety of hemp-derived THC and CBD products. It says, with the growing demand, we're trying to expand our access for our customers to a wide selection of products. It says that they did a poll and shows a majority of adults 21 to 65 are considering incorporating cannabinoids into their routines, while a similar percentage have expressed interest in abstaining from alcohol during dry January. They do have some regulations on there. It said that they emphasized it would only be facilitating delivery of cannabis products that adhere to the federal definition of hemp, which was legalized under the 2018 Farm Bill. Therefore, they cannot contain more than 0.3% THC by dry weight.
For the hemp, what about the gummies and all that? Or doesn't it say?
No, any of the products they deliver.
Oh, so they're really low.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, yeah, because those can get delivered in anywhere in the United States. Like if you see the ads on Facebook, which now that we're talking about it, I'm sure we'll see it. Those can be delivered anywhere, and mostly but regular weed cannot. That can't happen. You can't ship it. You can't go over state lines. So
this is very, very low percentage THC.
Well, that's stupid then.
Yeah, it's not as much of a headline as it's clickbait a little bit.
But I mean, I think it's kind of opening the door. Like I would like to see state by state having their own rules. Like DoorDash, like in state of Michigan, we can deliver these gummies and this flour or whatever. But obviously not shipping it across state lines or anything. But
yeah, it's it's a turnaround because they had said before that they were not going to be doing that. Said we're not doing it and we're not planning on doing it. This is a while back.
Yeah.
But they're also worried because they're worried about what may happen in the upcoming years. Whether stuff gets amended as far as the limit, how it's measured, THC is measured, different things like that.
Yeah, it's smart for them to do it to get a system in. So then if it does get lifted. Most local dispensaries do have some sort of delivery service. I ended up trying to sign up for one, but man, it was so strict. Like you had to have a lockbox in your car, and you had to have it was just a whole bunch of shit. It wasn't like you're just picking up some Jimmy John's or whatever and bringing
a lot of hoops to jump through, I'm sure.
Which I get it, and that's why DoorDash and anyone else is dragging their feet on it because there's so much red tape to get through. I mean, we're not there yet. In 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Where it's just
I think so.
just like booze, where you walk into the store, and I mean, even booze is a little weird. In Florida, you can't get your liquor at the Walmart. No, you got to go next door to the Walmart that's connected to the Walmart, but has a separate entrance that's separated from the department store.
Kentucky, Walmart and like Kroger and stuff can sell wine. They can't sell liquor.
Exactly. Well, no, so in Florida, because we went to this Walmart often, right to the right of it was connected to the building. I mean, they had a wall, but it's Walmart.
Our Walmart has that as well.
Yeah, Walmart's selling it. But it has to be separate from
Yes.
They can sell beer and wine in store, but liquor they can't. Which is fucking
it's part of the building. It shares a wall. It's just like a little part of it they carved out in the front and they made it.
I feel like they're skirting the law somehow by doing that, like making it a separate entrance and you can't walk into it from the store. I don't know, but
all that stuff's kind of crazy. If you can buy it here, why can't you buy it there? I've never understood that stuff.
I know.
We used to have for a year, and you couldn't buy it here on Sundays, and
same.
We still have dry counties.
You still do?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not nearly as many as we used to, man. But that's changed a lot just in the last 5 years.
That's insane. Yeah. Bubba Sue says no alcohol at all in stores. What a pain in the ass. Yeah. I mean, I don't drink a lot anyways, but if I wanted to get a 6-pack, I got to make 2. I guess it's only one more stop, I guess. But
yeah, and I think that's how it is. I know John has said that the government runs all the liquor stores in North Carolina. their package store called package stores. And same thing, it must be the same way in Virginia because my wife she always is, especially when she first moved down here, she's like, there's liquor stores everywhere. There, you don't see them in Virginia. I don't know where they actually don't know where they get their liquor.
Maybe the whole state's dry. You got to travel over state lines.
I know. It's all in DC. That's where it's all at.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like the southern area is a little bit more strict with that because up here in Michigan, oh God, it's
Bible Belt.
I mean, you can get what you go to the grocery store and they have literally 3 rows. It's separated just to make it look fancy of just you name it kind of booze you want is on the shelves.
Yeah, and I mean, we have a huge place called the Liquor Barn, and that's where I got that moonshine I brought you.
Oh, okay.
For the picnic one year, and it's the size of a, I don't know, a pretty good size like H.H. Gregg or something. I mean, it's pretty good size, and it's just it's all wine, liquor, different kinds of.
What do we have
everything.
up here? Chris Postumus would know because I've been there. I've done a few shops. It's the same thing. It's like the size of a Costco, but just booze.
Yeah, but it's very nice inside.
Oh yeah, high end.
Mm-hmm.
You can get anything you want. So.
Oh, that's where the place where I told you where the GoPuff just delivered out of the back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that their back room somehow GoPuff has a back room.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, I haven't. Speaking of GoPuff, they still have not launched here. I haven't. I check every once in a while just to be like to see if I can order it, but I have. You still can't. So
I've tried to get on here several times. I don't even know if they're still doing anything here, but I've never been able to get anybody to reach back out to me.
The last couple of years, I've seen actual advertisement on TV, but I don't even see that anymore. They're probably they probably can't compete. I mean, even DoorDash, and maybe there's one in Grand Rapids, and maybe I guess Miguel would know, but they have little Dash Marts. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. You can
same concept.
Yeah, you can order right on there in the DoorDash. So they may be probably like. Well, the way they were organized, and I get it, was through the pandemic, so I give them a little grace, but they were shitty. Like, the communication was bad when I tried to reach out support,
Yeah.
It was just like, no wonder you're not, being successful.
Yeah, I might have to drive around to the back of that Liquor Barn next time I'm over in that area and see if it still has a GoPuff sign on there.
That's so funny. So Uber drivers list of passenger rules shocks readers. I mean, this is clickbaity. I actually took a picture of it and I have to zoom it in. It's so fucking small. So tell me what you think about this. Are these just common courtesies or what? Pets are always welcome. Must remain either on your lap or on the floor. This has to avoid pet harm for the next pet or pet hair. It was kind of, I can't. Do you do your best to clean up your pets to avoid cleanup fees? Keep children safely seated at all times. No kicking seats or playing with doors, windows to avoid tickets. Put earbuds in if you're talking on a call. I do not want to hear speakerphone conversations. This goes for social media scrolling at all. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Please do that because I hate that. I love that. This one's interesting. I will not turn my radio off or down to inaudible for your personal or business calls. I do not want to hear your corporate meetings or personal business dealings. Have them before entering or once exiting my car. No exceptions. Do not ask me to. Do not eat or drink in my car. Water is fine. If you do, a mess or smell is left, it will be reported to Uber Lyft, and they will charge a cleaning fee starting at $50, no matter how small. Same applies to children. No vaping, no smoking. Cover your nose, mouth when coughing or sneezing. If I notice you don't, you'll be reported. As a safety concern, this goes for children too. Wear a mask if you're sick. Wearing a seatbelt is up to you. You could potentially be ticketed for it. If anytime you're not enjoying the ride, refuse to respect my rules or feel uncomfortable in any way, I will gladly pull over so that you may request another driver. Ask me to right away. Thank you for respecting these simple car adequate rules. Let's enjoy a pleasant ride to your destination safely. So,
how about he rakes in the tips?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it.
That's a little overboard. I get it. Some of them I can understand, but yeah, I mean, it's just so. Oh, I'm not turning down my radio for you. I'm not, it just comes across bad.
Well, that one does. I mean, the other one is common sense, but my guess this guy, he's just jaded because he's been burned so many times. Yeah. It kind of reminds me, we interviewed that Jeff Black We interviewed who's the guy that wrote the book? I don't know. I just saw him on Blue Sky because I just created an account on Blue. And Jonathan Rigsby.
Yeah.
How he was like, yeah, that reminds me of something that they would put up. But I get it though. Like I respect. Oh my God, my back itches. Holy shit.
Oh goodness. Y'all have to excuse him. Jason has fleas.
Oh my God, I was dying. My wife always calls me a bear because I just scratch it on the corner cabinet right there. I get that they're frustrated with it, but like, yeah, you're getting no tips. What?
Oh yeah.
Are you laughing at my back scratch?
No, yeah, because when you were gone, I told everybody you had fleas. So.
Oh, that's fine. I might have to go again. So, yeah, if you see me bounce off, that's not me going to the bathroom.
Well, now we know why.
Miguel says at that point you should stop driving. Yeah, I mean that's the great part of gig work. Like, and Gabe is like the poster child for this. He'll go 3-4 months, grind out gig or ride share, depending on the bonuses, and then he's like, you know what, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I've had enough.
Had enough.
I'm peopled out. That's what he says. I'm peopled out.
Yeah, you're pretty solid with people, but I mean, you're not doing it as much as he's doing it.
Right,
I wonder if you'd be wanting a break.
I mean, there were times, and I mean, I'm not going out. I haven't lately here gone out as much as I did in the past, but there was times when I was doing it full time there. For that year and a half or so. That there's times you're like, you know what. Not feeling it today. I think I'm going to do food delivery or do, some Walmart or whatever. But those, for me, those are few and far between.
Yeah.
But everybody's different. I feel that way when I do food delivery. I'm like, all right, I'm food delivered out. Time to go back.
I think about all the people that are really pushing to like want to be employees. I think this is why they're doing this. They love the gig work and the flexibility of it and be able to do different things. But they realize that it's very hard to have a consistent income in this field. So it's like they want their cake and eat it too. They want to be guaranteed 26 an hour. They want to work their 40. But I don't want to do Instacart today. I want to do DoorDash or Uber so they can still jump around, but still get their hourly. And to me, that sounds great, but I feel like you would have to track each company and be on their shit to make sure you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're getting money from just one company. You're getting from Uber, DoorDash, Instacart.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. Yeah, it does somewhat seem like they want it all. And we've talked about it before. We can understand, it's good to have some protections from getting, just cut from the platform for no reason or things like that. But you're not going to be able to have it all. You're not.
No. Whatever happened to solo? Remember they were like in certain markets they would
guarantee the pay
if you went in these times. I have to look them back.
I think they're still around.
I think they are too. I don't know.
Yeah, I see their ads sometimes when I'm searching for articles.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever made it. Like I haven't heard anything in Grand Rapids. I think it was. We always joked. We always joke when we're talking to these app developers, like, "Hey, when are you coming to Grand Rapids?" Oh, soon. But of course, we haven't seen anything. That's probably the closest you're going to get, where it's like guaranteed. But I also think when these people, 26 hours, they're being lazy about it. Like they're not actually going out there hustling the 40 hours. They're like, well, when I want, I don't know. I don't want to shit on them too much because I get it. They want the consistency, but they also want the flexibility and that. Yeah, that's tough.
But that's just the thing. I mean, it's like somebody who's in real estate. If you're a real estate agent, your income is not going to be consistent.
Yeah,
it's just not. Or any kind of sales where it's pure commission. That going in, that's part of it. So, you got to learn to put some away when you're feasting. So you'll have some for when it's famine. That's just the way it goes.
One of my good friends, I work with him. He's a bus driver. Mm-hmm. He went 3 months without any money from real estate and sold a house, and his take home was $26,000.
Yeah,
he sold a big house, but then you got to take taxes out of that. He's got to pay all his bills.
Hey, Charlie, I know I did that for you.
I know. So like, it was a great payday. He went out and had a steak dinner,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you think gig work's tough to predict. Holy shit.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it was a while before I sold anything because when you're first getting in it, you're having
You're nobody.
Passing the test is just passing the test. There's nothing in the test that teaches you how to be a realtor.
I think
at all.
Side note,
it's all a bunch of.
Go ahead.
It's just a bunch of memorization.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of colleges like that. They're like, oh,
Yes.
this is where you got your degree. Cool. Forget 3/4 of that. Keep the basics. This is how you do it. But like as a realtor, I think that's the dumbest shit. Like, I guess, and maybe my realtor is doing more behind the scenes or not, but they are basically just selling the fucking house. Everything else, all the broker and all the like that shit gets done by professionals. So I don't know what the realtor needs to know other than like breaking like federal law from like discrimination standpoint.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
But that's my point. Why do they have to like? You just need to be a good fucking salesman.
Yeah,
and be good at customer service. That's what's going to sell you houses.
But anyway, back to the gig work. all that was from just my example of the
I know, but it got me
income.
thinking about my buddy, and then I thought about you got to take this stupid. This is how my brain works. You got to take this dumbass. Yeah, you got to take this dumbass test where you're just basically a salesperson, a marketer, and a good friend. All right. Anyways.
Yeah. So gig work. Sure, it would be nice if you could work whatever hours you wanted, whatever days you wanted, and be guaranteed this much amount of money.
Yeah.
And I can do whatever gig I want, and I can only do these. And in a perfect world, that would be great, but that's just not how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, it's not like Miguel. They want to sit in the car and get paid. Well, most of them, at least, it's only when you're on an order. So they haven't got to the point where like you sit in your car for 3 hours, you get $75. Like you don't get shit.
Yeah,
you got to be on
an
order.
You got to do some work, and that's my coworker that I used to work with at the city. He owned a farm. Did really well. He's like, most of the guys, all these people who are farming who aren't making any money, it's because they won't get their ass off the tractor seat. They don't want to get up and do anything. They just want to drive a tractor.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to farm work than driving a tractor.
Oh my God. I think that would be the least of the work as far as farming goes. All the shit you got to do. All right, moving on. This video, Larry.
Yeah, so this is a video about a driver who has brought his buddy with him while he's driving for Uber, and his buddy is a big hit. So we'll play this video and then we'll talk about it.
Have you ever seen anything cuter? Bowie is the Uber dog. He sits in the passenger seat greeting customers.
This is the most amazing Uber I've ever ridden.
Everyone climbing into the Uber in Broomfield, Colorado goes bananas for Bowie.
Uber dog, Uber dog.
These young women, out for a night on the town, can't stop oohing and awing over the 3-year-old yellow lab. And Bowie loves the attention. There's this charming grandma.
May I pet him?
Yes, he loves pets.
Hi, sweetie.
And here's Bowie with his owner, Kevin Furman.
The reactions are priceless. They get into their Uber, unsuspecting, they see a dog, and they just lose it.
How did it all start?
So this all started when I adopted Bowie. I just realized that he loves just looking out the window, watching the world go by, meeting new people. This is where he's happy.
Bowie is so adorable, some passengers don't want to get out of the Uber when they've arrived at their destination.
I'm going to start crying. I don't want to say goodbye.
How are the tips now?
I would say the tips probably went up 10 or 15% since
That's
I started
it?
bringing Bowie along.
This is the most amazing Uber I've ever ridden.
That's it? They only went up 10 or 15%?
I would have thought more, but yeah, that's cool. I don't, surely that's against TOS.
Nope. It's not.
Really?
It's not. It is not, because I've seen a bunch of them and Uber responses. These are independent contractors. If they want to bring them, they're allowed to, because then you got to prove it's a service dog, right? If no, see, that's the one thing with the service dogs. We've talked about this. There's no certificate or anything. And
it's for service dog, but not emotional support dogs.
No, there isn't. There is no certificate for service dogs. Look it up.
Okay.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying I've seen so many damn TikToks, and I could be wrong. Prove me wrong if there isn't. But there's basically what Uber's saying is like they're independent contractors. As long as they don't like have another human in there, the dog is fine.
So the dog's fine. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, if I had a dog like that, you know, a yellow lab, he looks like he's a pretty chill. Although I like it how he has a separator between between his seat and the dog, just so the dog's not jumping over him, causing him to wreck.
Right.
And it was funny. Even I was like, oh, I guess nobody sits up there. But then that one video, girl sitting up there with the dog.
I know.
I was like, wow, okay. Even though he looks like he's got three rows, seats back there.
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder if, though, he's ever come across any passengers who did not like.
Well, I'm sure they reported him.
They do.
Yeah, they reported him, and that's probably Uber's canned response. They're independent contractors. And I don't think that report should apply, the rating or anything shouldn't. You should just say, I don't want the ride. I mean, if you ever look at a map, there's 1,000 cars on the same spot. Like you can get another one. Miguel says he carries a snake and I don't get compliments. We're not talking about your penis. Keep that in your pants, please.
We're not talking about those tips. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were trying to get that out before my joke.
Oh man. If I had a dog like that, that was well behaved and everything, I would and had a especially if I had a bigger vehicle.
Yeah.
Like he does with 3 rows, I would 100% bring him around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so funny. I got when Nick rode with me when he was doing that. I mean, we got lots of. It creates a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
It was funny. And I'm sure because most people love dogs.
Yeah.
You got people, you got the few and far between who are allergic or they've had a bad experience, which is understandable. And yeah, if I did it and I got there and they didn't like the ride, I was like, look, dude, I'll cancel. No,
no problem.
No problem. No charge, no nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's neat. I'm sure. I bet his tips have gone up more than that.
I would shit my pants if I love dogs. I have 3 dogs.
Oh yeah.
If I saw that, I'd be like, oh my God. I'd be like, can he come in the back?
That's our favorite part of going to the podcast conference. They always have a little pin
those puppies
with the puppies.
Yeah.
We love hanging out there.
Yeah.
On the expo,
I always say, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody there'd be signs because I would open a freaking shelter like that. I'd have 100 acres and it would just be dogs everywhere. I'd be taken in and trying to get adopted. But that's cool. I love that. I'm happy for him. I think more people should do it. I mean, honestly, hey, Miguel, I have a pit bull, you fuck. How dare you? How dare you? That's it. I'm going to share you a picture of my pit bull. He is the biggest baby.
Oh, yeah. And pit bulls get such a bad rap.
Yeah, they do. Because some of them are complete psychos.
Yeah.
Let me send this.
But most of them, by and large, are really good dogs.
Yeah, they're good babies. This guy is a good baby. Hold on, carry on. Oh, I should have pictures of my dogs on here all the time,
right behind you.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the wall there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God, here we go. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Look at this baby.
Look at that. Look
at the side eye he's giving.
Now, what's his name again?
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. Some of those pitties that have the cropped ears, and the bullies, they're scary looking. I'm not gonna lie, and they're fucking. And that dog doesn't look strong. He's really strong. You get a pity in the wrong hands. That's the problem. That's the problem.
They're all muscle.
They're all muscle. So, but I think dogs. I think there should be dogs in schools. I think there should be dogs in therapy offices. I think, and obviously, I think majority of people like them, like you said. And if someone doesn't, we can make exceptions. But
sure,
it brings down the stress level of everyone around it. So
yeah, no doubt, and especially like that. I mean, you can tell, man, that dog was just eating it up. He loved people, loved it. He was eating it up.
Yeah, and he's a yellow lab. They love that shit. They're The labs are the best dogs.
I used to have 2 yellow labs. And
yeah,
they were great.
So, the next story is kind of actually a follow-up. Not that we searched for it, but it kind of came up. So I don't know. I'm sure Larry remembers, but kind of recapping there, we had talked about a couple of girls that an Uber transported across state lines. One of them, unfortunately, ended up having sex with this guy. And then the trafficker sent the girls back in an Uber. So this is kind of a response to that. Uber says it's not legally responsible in New York or North Carolina sexual assault involving Rock Hill girls. So Uber is not legally responsible for Williams' crimes for the same reason why a manufacturer of his computer and his internet service provider are not responsible. The law has settled that a person's mere use of a lawful product or service to commit a crime does not make the producer or provider of that product or service liable for that crime. Well, first of all, it's them using it as like, we're just a product. We're just a tech company. You know what I mean? That's why they always say that, for these reasons. The legal team representing the family says Uber was negligent when its driver took the girls back and forth in sex trafficking that left them damaged physically and mentally. Let's see. The trafficker had...
because they took them both ways.
Yeah.
They took them both ways. And they said that Uber drivers were aware that the girls were underage. Because remember, the girl was even telling that Uber driver, the one girl was telling him,
yes,
we're underage.
Yes. So this is tough for me. I'm kind of a black and white guy, but this is kind of like a gray area, because it's like, it's fucking Uber just trying to skirt the system. I'm trying to think of another example, because when there's people involved, it's like so different, right? Meaning like
sure.
not the victims that were involved, but when the perpetrators are people. I mean, when you're on the computer and using it, like, I don't know, maybe that's not a good example. I'm trying to think of an example that I can compare to this that you'd still be liable. But what do you think? Do you think they should still be liable?
We talked about this and debated it, and I've thought about it since we saw that we were doing this story again, and it's a tough one to really come down on, because I can kind of see both sides of it. I don't know if necessarily Uber is, but maybe the driver. I mean, if this girl told him she was underage and was kind of begging him not to take them, and he still took them, I mean, I think there might, we know we're not supposed to take 12-year-olds. I think he may have some liability.
Well, here's the thing. They're looking for a payday. They're not going to get liability out of that guy. I mean,
right, no.
I mean, the guy that obviously raped them is serving 11-year sentence, which is clearly not fucking long enough, to be honest with you.
Right.
Clearly he's a fucking freak. But
Yes.
but those drivers, I think, could be legally accountable, because then it goes back to this. Well, you're in, just like the last article, you're an independent contractor.
Mm-hmm.
You can do what you want. You may,
right.
We're not responsible.
You didn't have to take that ride. You did not have to take that ride.
Exactly. They chose to. So yeah, legally wise, they're just looking for, I'm not saying I'm not saying this by any means. I'm not victim shaming or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to sue somebody that has some money so they can, reap some of that, some repercussions, which I fully support 100%. Sure. I mean, if they go after it and win, fucking, I hope you get $500 million. But again, it is, if I own the business, I would be like, hey man, like I told them not to do this. They're not supposed to do this, but they're still, at the end of the day, they still make their own decision.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So let's see. What if you're building a house, the builder,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the drywaller's there. He's an independent contractor.
Yeah.
He does something the same. Let's say he goes to the neighbors and sexually assaults the person or whatever. So he committed a crime. Is that builder responsible for that guy? He's independent. So he shouldn't be responsible, right? Or would you lean more towards that builder hired him?
Yeah, I mean the builder hired him. He subcontracted him. Oh man,
see, it's so sticky.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I'm more leaning towards that builder would be more responsible than Uber because Uber says, well, we're a tech company. We never met the driver. We did a background check. Everything was fine. The builder might be like, well, I know this guy. I've had lunch with him, so on and so forth.
Because, I mean, in Uber, not that we like to defend Uber, but in their defense, the criminal ordered the ride. The girls didn't order the ride.
Correct.
The predators did. Uber has no way of knowing who that they're going to pick up these young girls.
Correct.
But yeah, it's just just makes your skin crawl. Really
does.
does.
It's shitty all the way around, and I want that family to get paid because, first of all, them girls are going to need to be in therapy, and for a long time, probably for the rest of their lives, and they should be compensated, not just for that, but just having fucked up shit thinking. Right. I mean, therapy or that shit will never leaves you. So
yeah, and those drivers, they just I'm sure they didn't want to turn down a long ride.
Yeah,
it's probably good.
I mean, hey, early on, I tell you what, did I pack more than I should have in my car because of a surge? Fuck yeah. Did I think, oh, these might be minors? It's kind of close, but this ride pays good. I'll be honest with you, I've done it. I mean, we've didn't do it on the reg. Yeah, we've all done it. Yeah. Or we turn that app off when they slaps $100 bill on the dash. Fuck yeah, I did. I mean,
but I think neither one of us would have taken two 11-year-olds an hour away when the girl's saying, "Please don't take me because I'm underage."
Yeah.
I think that line we would have drawn that line.
Well, at least those guys should be criminally charged. I don't know what it is. Fucking make something up. Moving a child across state lines without their parents' permission. I mean, it's got to be some sort of kidnapped / whatever.
Yeah, something.
Miguel says morally they should be liable when it comes to same thing. They should shield themselves with the driver. Yeah, I mean morally that you can't put morals in this, even though this is completely a moral thing. That doesn't morals don't work in a court of law. That's the shitty part. Yeah, it's what legally. How are you responsible? But
right,
Larry, let's skip your next one.
Okay,
because it's kind of whatever. And this one I realize I did not read, so good luck to all of you. I must have missed this one. I was doing prep, and I need to mute this. There we go. So let's see. Lubbock's, I think it's Lubbock's Uber driver helps feed homeless by picking up leftovers. Lubbock's, Texas. Billions of dollars of food is wasted every year. We obviously know that. He's this guy Billy has been Ubering since 2016. He knows the amount of people who need food was getting bigger. So he said a man comes up to me. He's like, I'm in desperate need of food. I started seeing more people, and I thought, man, I bet they would eat some food. I'll eat some food. Like there's a lot of hungry people. He says, people messaged me after that post and just basically said, hey, I got some food, I cooked and I'm not going to eat them as leftovers. Kirk said that he even asked at the stops he was making throughout the night. Kirk said almost every restaurant I ran into to pick up food for whoever they were throwing away food. And so I asked, can I have it? And that's what he did. So that's kind of cool. He said he wants to help people needing a meal. He said the first one I picked up actually was a bunch from a seafood boil, a bunch of crab legs and crawfish. And so the first person I came across, I asked him, hey, will you eat seafood? You like seafood. And the guy's, I will. I'm from Louisiana. I said, when was the last time you had some seafood? He's like, probably 15 years ago. I'm like, oh, damn. He needed that guy. Yeah. So that's fucking cool, dude. I love that.
Yeah, it really is. Because a lot of people just would never cross their mind.
No.
And we do. It's easy to get jaded when you drive around and there's people on every corner.
I know.
With their signs and asking you for money, and sometimes they're aggressive and they come out and bang on your windows or tap your car. It makes you jaded and you just start not seeing them anymore.
Yeah, you just drive past them.
Yeah, because this intersection you might go through on a busy night, who knows how many times,
right?
Or a busy afternoon. So yeah, you kind of get jaded. You kind of just don't see them anymore. They just kind of fade into the background. But it's always cool when somebody kind of thinks outside the box and sounds like he's doing some Uber Eats and stuff, and it's just ask them, hey, do y'all have any food you're gonna throw away tonight? And and they're giving it to him.
Yeah, he
And-
probably had to build a little trust with them because
Sure, yeah, and
some rando comes in that's a driver. I'm like, I'm not giving you fucking food. Like, no,
Yeah.
seriously, like I'm giving this to people that don't have food and or are homeless. But
right,
yeah, the problem is like you said, there's so many scammers out there. But I guess if you're delivering at night and you see people on the corner at night, they ain't fucking scamming. The scammers are already tucked in their big Cadillac and have driven home. They're they're not out at 10 o'clock at night on a 2-degree night. They just ain't. So I mean, maybe that's how he kind of determines that these people need food. But that's great. I'd love to talk to that guy. I need to
let's see if we can hunt him down.
Yeah, I need to. I'll send this to myself so I remember to do it. We'll see if I actually remember to do it. There, I'm gonna do it now. I know it's boring air, but I'll fucking forget it.
That's all right.
Yeah, that guy's cool. I love that. I wish more people do it. The problem is he gets a little too much publicity on it. The government will shut his ass down. You see all that shit. People giving away food and they're like, if it's somewhat organized.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you're not an agency. You're not
Can't
qualified to do this. Can't do it.
Which is the dumbest thing I ever heard. I don't know. What are they worried about? Like lawsuits of them getting sick or something?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that's what it would have to be.
I mean, the agencies typically that are doing that don't have a lot of money either, unless you're going to sue their insurance company or something. But yeah, I think that's kind of shitty. But
yeah, for sure.
Larry, women. Right. Speaking of suing, this is the lawyer podcast.
Yeah, this is litigation heavy tonight. So this woman sues unconscious Lyft driver for negligence after she jumped out of his moving car. So this lady in Southern California, she's suing the Lyft driver. She ordered a Lyft back in July of 2021. I don't know why it's taking this long, but anyway, July 16th, 2021. When she called for a Lyft to take her from Santa Monica to Rodeo Drive. So we're talking big money. The Lyft arrived driven by a man named Christian Cooper. Said Cooper picked up, last name is Finchy. Said he did immediately begin to take her to her destination because he needed to grab some things from 7-Eleven. Cooper told Finchy that his spouse had cancer, that he needed to stop to buy some things from a 7-Eleven store. So that's a weird start to it anyway. Because it says the driver returned 15 to 20 minutes later. Dude. And asked Finchy, "Are you ready for the ride?" So anyway, that's a weird start to the whole situation.
Already I would be like, no.
Yeah, no, I would have been long gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it says even after he asked her, "Are you ready for the ride?" she said Cooper didn't start driving, which made her ask him if he was feeling okay. She said that when he came out of the store, he didn't look right, describing him as looking very scary and creepy. So she's here this whole time, 15, 20 minutes.
I see a lot of red flags from her.
Yeah. So it said when he did start driving, Finchy says that he was driving unsafely. She claims the other drivers were yelling at him, and at one point, they made their way down Wilshire Boulevard. He sometimes drove on the sidewalk, all while ignoring her yells for him to stop. Said she noticed that his eyes were shut, and it turns out Cooper was having a diabetic emergency. Said when she saw the driver's eyes were shut, she reached over and tried to awaken him after he appeared to be unconscious. He said he momentarily woke up and then passed out again. Thinking that the car would crash, Finchy tried opening the door to get out, but it was locked. That's when she managed to roll the window down and jump out of the car.
Jesus.
As she hit the ground, she heard a crash as Cooper's Lyft hit a parked car and came to a stop. According to her attorney, she suffered severe physical and emotional harm from the ride and from jumping out of the car. So despite that, she didn't wait until police arrived. She left before they got there.
Great decisions all around.
She went to file a police report. Said she told police she feared she was being kidnapped. I mean, if his eyes are shut, he's not kidnapping you. She called Cooper a psychopath. Eventually filed suit against Lyft, claiming negligent hiring, supervision and retention, negligent infliction of emotional distress, employer liability, and breach of contract. However, that suit was dropped in February 2024 after she decided not to pursue the case anymore. Instead, she went after Cooper, the driver. So she dropped her suit against Lyft. Now she's claiming that Cooper was negligent. Says the alleged nature of his negligence was his failure to deliver her safely to her destination. Cooper's lawyer hit back saying there's no way he could be negligent given the medical emergency he was experiencing because of his type 1 diabetes. So, yeah.
Well, it sounds like she wants to get paid, which, granted, she, regardless of how stupid she is, it still happened. The problem is, see, this is what happens when you get involved with these companies.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's insurance going to be like, no, that's Lyft's problem. And Lyft's going to be like, no, that's his personal insurance. So they're going to fight about it for 5 years before she even gets $1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem. Like Miguel says, she's not very bright. No, it doesn't matter the decisions she made before that. They're going to be like, well, it doesn't matter. He still had medical emergency. I don't understand. Like,
this whole story doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, so if you were in that position, now we don't know the time frame of like when she made the decision to jump out and when he crashed the car. Like for me, I would have probably, depending on kind of the car it is, I probably would have jumped in the front seat, tried to put it in neutral, and just grabbed the steering wheel. And yeah, we may have hit a parked car, but at least we're away. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have tried to do something, not roll down the fucking window. Yeah, jump out.
And if I did jump out and then he hit a car, I would not leave before the police got there.
Well, no, she's making terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Isn't there a good Samaritan law somewhere? Like she should have stayed and called 911 and tried to assist?
I'm sure her defense is that, she thought she was being kidnapped.
So that's
why
true.
Would she stay?
That's true.
But yeah. So yeah, it says his lawyer said when he went into the store, he purchased some Red Bulls when he went to the 7-Eleven to help with his low blood sugar. He has no memory of the ride with Finchie. All he remembers is waking up from the crash and being surrounded by police and paramedics. So I don't understand. I don't understand a driver coming and saying, I got to run to the store to pick up stuff. His wife's got cancer. What does that have to do with him getting Red Bulls?
Well, because well, if he had a medical emergency, he clearly probably wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah.
I mean, even him going to the store and be gone for 20 minutes, his head was not functioning appropriately.
Why is she waiting 15 or 20 minutes for him to shop?
I know.
Unless she just thinks, unless she said, I'll be out in a minute, like passengers try to do. And then 15, 20 minutes later, they come out.
Yeah. Or I was going to say the flippers are, as a driver, if they left something in her. I've left shit on the curb before. I've taken bags out and put it on the store. Like, I'll wait 5 minutes and then that's it. I'm sorry. I'm not making any money.
Right.
Miguel says amazing how weird rideshare stories are. Anytime you read a news article, if you've ever been, and Larry knows this, if you've ever been involved in a story, 60% of that shit is true. The other 40 is a little
maybe
yeah,
60.
maybe. It's not made up per se. It's just skewed a little bit.
Sometimes it is made up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it is flat made
just to
up.
make the story a little bit better.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
100%. I remember when my son was born. I don't remember it's been a while ago. He's 24 now. So it's been a few years. But there was some company that reached out to me, something about making something for your first newborn or something. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was a scam, and it got to be evident it was a scam. And they came in and interviewed me. The paper did. Somehow they I guess it was happening frequently around town.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they got a hold of my name, came and interviewed me. And there were some things in there completely 100% made up. I never said it. I didn't say anything close to it. Nothing.
But did it relate to the story at all?
Yeah, yeah.
So they kind of just filled in the blanks.
I mean, there was no blank for them to fill in there. They added a new box and filled it in.
Oh my gosh.
Completely. And yeah, after about twice of that, because I remember talking to the newspaper another time, somehow my capacity was when we were when I first started working in the city and built the city's first website.
Yeah.
Same thing happened. Interviewed with somebody from there, and there was a couple of things. It wasn't as bad this time, but I'm like, I never said that. Where did that come from?
Did you ever confront him?
I'm not talking to the paper anymore.
Well, the joke is always, I'm not talking to the press. You know what I mean?
Right.
When stuff happens, you can see why people do that because they totally.
I see 100%. People are like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's not made up. They interview. Well, yeah, some of them make shit up.
Yeah, that's scary.
Some of it is fake news. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Well, the crazy part is I can see it now with like, I don't know, AI. So the journalism, they're trying to compete for whatever. But 24 years ago, what was their
when people were taking a pad and paper and writing it down.
Yeah.
Where did that just pop into your head? I don't understand. But
Yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah. But I don't know why she would have dropped her lawsuit against Lyft and gone after the guy. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. So, all right, this last one is the no, I just realized this is 2 minutes and 21 seconds, so I don't know, we ain't gonna watch the whole thing, but it's a recap of the bumper dumper of like someone asked what it was, so we'll play that.
Hey, I'm so glad you asked. What this is on the back of our Suburban. It's not a Tahoe, but same difference. But this is a porta potty, and I built this myself because back in the pandemic, everybody had their bathrooms closed. The rest areas were closed. Nobody would let you use their bathroom. And even going to town my wife's got a weak bladder, so even going to town was a pain in the neck. So I actually built this so we could even, we always had a bathroom with us. And basically, this just hooks into the hitch in the back. It's got stabilizer jacks underneath there, a frame, and I actually got slides on here, so I can actually slide that whole thing back to open the hatch in the back. So makes it really nice. And let me open this up here and show you. Get the key here.
Oh, it's got a key.
And this has an RV door on the back. Unlock it. And basically, this is what it is inside. It's just got a porta potty. And it's actually, those are the axles that go here. When I take it off, I can remove it. It's got wheels that go on the bottom. And I don't have it finished on the inside yet, but it's got a vent up here with a fan in it. And I actually have siding and everything and lights and stuff that go in it, but I haven't put them on there yet. License plate on the back is just basically a plate I ordered online, and it's the same plate number as the back of the Suburban since the bathroom closes or covers it up. So, and when I first built it, it looked a little plain, so I actually had a graphics company design the graphics for me.
Oh, God.
Put on there. I put them on myself, and then we put stickers on here in different places we go. You know, there's Mugshots Cafe right here in Moxie, Long Beach, Washington, Pacific Northwest. We got Pendleton,
cool, we can read, bro.
Leavenworth, Westport.
Okay, we get it. We can read the stickers. So what do you think of that, Lair?
That is pretty slick now, my friend.
I mean, it's not convenient for a gig worker, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Miguel said, what's wrong with using a bottle or the Thirsty Goose? That's some red-green shit. That's some red-green shit. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Redneck shit?
Just think if you're traveling cross country, got your bathroom right there, you don't have to worry about.
I mean, I would love something like that, but man, that's a little gaudy. He was all proud of putting decals on the side of it.
Red green that's from that show. I can't remember the name of it.
The Jeff Foxworthy one?
No.
Oh,
It was like
the show Red Green. He says, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, the Red Green show.
Oh, okay. Is it like a redneck thing?
No, you'd see it. It's I'll let Miguel explain it to you.
Oh God. Don't let him do it. We'll be here forever. So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny, kind of going with our theme on the show. We're always having to use the bathroom, and
exactly.
Gatorade bottles and yada yada yada.
And Thirsty Goose.
I need to have somebody 3D print me a holder for this Thirsty Goose in my car. See, that's what I need to do, where I can attach to my door so I can actually use it like a civilized person and not in a Gatorade bottle. That's what I need.
There you go.
I mean, I need 3D.
Right, who's up for the challenge?
You're going to have to create some sort of holder for this thing. So I would hope, let's see. Let me put this over here.
Have to give him some dimensions probably.
Yeah, like this. Oh, I can't. No one can hear me. So I can let's see. Yeah, so I'd put it in like this. So it's got the flat, It's got the flat back. So you can just slide it in like that. Oh, and then take it out when you're ready. You don't want to put it in this way, just in case you got a little leak problem. Then you don't need to be pee-pee. You don't need pee-pee all over the car. So
no, we do not want that.
Yeah. But anyways, I thought that was kind of fun. That guy was so proud of it. I love those, when people are like ingenuity, I think it's called, and they're just like, oh, look what I built. So gas mileage probably sucks, but it already sucks with that Suburban anyway. So
no doubt. Yeah, my wife drove a Suburban for 20 years.
Okay. Yeah, the gas mileage ain't great.
No, and we did not have what did they call it? The bumper
dumper.
Bumper dumper. Yeah, we did not have a bumper dumper on it.
No. I mean, again, love it. I love it. It was Miguel says it was a DIY show with sketchy, exaggerated modifications. Oh, that sounds interesting, actually. Anyways. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening and putting up with the bumper dumper. I know the show went a little longer than normal, but we were rambling on about lawsuits and taxes and so on and so forth. So, go ahead and go to TikTok and please follow us. I'd like to get to 400. Let's try to get to 400 by the weekend. Can we do it? I think we're at 394. Let me check.
Close.
Let me check. Yep, 394. And I got 8 notifications. That probably means Larry liked 8 of the videos.
That's right. No, it wasn't me today.
Wasn't you today?
Wasn't me.
No. Oh, and then I have, looks like a Instagram bot that gave me hearts. So
no, maybe it was me. Actually, I think I did like cool. A couple and reposted a couple.
You need to post more. I post once a day, Miguel.
No.
Miguel said that, not you.
Yeah.
Have you
what do you want? Once a day?
I don't even think you follow us. You dick. Bubba Sue left. She was like, at 7:21, she's like, I can't handle these guys anymore. But anyways, as always, don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.
Maybe.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
With the bumper dumper. The bumper dumper.
This podcast is produced and edited by Hey Guys Media Group. Want to start a podcast? Check out heyguysmediagroup.com.